to Raw review recap. Giving our 2 cents, throwing it in the ring. It usually gets his ass whooped. You know, do
you even know what you're talking about?
Not a clue. But that's why we're such a great trio.
Wait a minute.
What?
Make
sure that we're not, in fact, stupid. We got sound? Okay, great. Wonderful.
It was just down really, really low.
Yeah. So, we are going to start off. We are going to review. Look, it's been a long day. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. We're here to talk about Monday Night Raw last night.
Hold on. You don't know what you're doing.
No.
Wait. I'm just asking a question. This is a new thing?
It's an off and on thing. Anyway,
no, I don't think it's off.
It's an off and on thing.
It's okay to be wrong.
It's an off and on thing because there are a lot of things I do know what I'm talking about.
It's a permanent thing.
No. Okay, ask me about Ben 10 aliens. I promise you I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, getting into the meat of the matter, we start with Rhea Ripley coming out, and she says, "Welcome to Monday Night Mommy. Now that Raquel and the Judgment Day are behind me, and hopefully for good this time, I'm starting to wonder what's next for Rhea Ripley. And with Evolution just around the corner, I feel like I need to get my priorities straight."
And then Io shows up. And, okay.
How many times
we'll just go.
Yeah, just read.
Rhea, you cannot have Evolution without Io Sky. But you are wrong about one thing. You are not on top. Not without this. And she's pointing at the belt.
Mm-hmm.
And because I have this, Adam Pearce told me that I can choose who I want to defend the Women's World Title Championship against at Evolution. And I want to defend against the best. And that means defending it against Rhea Ripley.
Io, I have nothing but respect for you. And if that's what you want, then I just want you to know that I'm going to stop at nothing to get this back. So, if that's what you want, Io, I just want you to know that when it happens at Evolution, that's what you wanted. So, at Evolution, Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. You're on. And
here's the thing. No. I accept this. And the reason I accept it is because Rhea is going to lose.
Yes. Like she's lost the last 5 fucking times.
And we are going to get the match that we should deserve at SummerSlam.
Are we though? Because here's my question: is Rhea gonna lose?
Yes.
Is
she's
she
never beat Io Sky? Never.
This is true. However, we also know how WWE is. We know they love having Mommy on top because guess what? She sells a lot of merchandise.
Want to know what else? When somebody else gets the top, Mommy's going to drop a notch.
Yep.
You're not wrong, but I'm saying
Mommy's not going to be on top, and Mommy's going to have a hell of a fight to get back. And I love Rhea. Rhea is top tier, one of my favorites. Probably within the top 5. Okay? Of favorite all-time wrestlers. But I know who won it.
I'm in agreement. But since WrestleMania,
we have this problem. We have this. This is a reoccurring thing. We talk about it every single week.
I wonder why
WWE has given up.
They have. They just run out of ideas. They can't come up with a new match to save their lives.
Nope.
They've given up. 100%.
Exactly.
Given up. Like, oh, guess what? I know a match would be great for WrestleMania. Why don't we make it Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley? Oh, I know another match. Let's make it Gunther versus Jey Uso.
I know another match. Why don't we make it Cody Rhodes versus John Cena?
That's a great show. Come on.
Okay, but you're right. We go over this every week. And we're starting to sound like WWE, so let's move on.
I love this. This is actually great.
AJ Styles runs into Dominic Mysterio backstage, and Dom, he literally pulls out a doctor's note. It's like, doctor's orders. You can't touch me, and if you touch me before I'm medically cleared, you never get a title shot.
Yeah,
he doesn't actually do that, but he might as well.
And he goes, "You need to get your glasses. Read it, old man." And he's like, "As a matter of fact, I do." And he puts on glasses, and he's like,
"Yep." He says, "Yep." Doctor says right here that you're a punk ass.
That's it. You're a punk ass.
It's fucking great. But Dom's like, I know you wouldn't believe me, so I had Adam Pearce verify it. If you put your hands on me before I'm cleared, you'll never get a shot at the Intercontinental title. And AJ says, I can't wait for you to get medically cleared because you're gonna get what's coming to you. I'm going to take that IC title away from you, and I'm going to beat you so bad that you're going to need more than a doctor's note.
And you know what? I hate to say this. I really do. But he is not going to beat Dominic. I love him.
But no, okay, but here's the thing. I agree.
But we both know he's not.
But I agree that he's not going to beat Dominic. But he's going to lose to Dominic. Just not for the reasons he should lose to Dominic. If that makes sense. He's going to lose because the Judgment Day gets involved. Mm-hmm. But I've said time and time again, this goes for the entirety of the Judgment Day.
They're all better than what they are made out to be because they're part of the Judgment Day. It's like as soon as you join a faction, all of your stats drop by like 50%. It's just an inevitable fact. Look at Braun Breaker. Look at Bronson Reed. They joined a faction, and their ore has immediately just dropped, like cut in half. We'll get into that because I'm going to let you have that whole match.
Anyway.
Because okay. Before we get into this, I'm going to flat out just say this out loud. When we get to the last match, my boy over here, I think through the whole match, he was just like, why? Why?
Pretty much, yeah.
Why?
It's not far from the truth.
He was pretty animated, but we'll get to that. He was actually like, I think I physically had to pull him off the screen in a couple because he was like screaming at them.
But we get to the first match tonight, and this was honestly way better than I was expecting.
Again. I wanted. This sounds so bad.
It's the New Day versus the Judgment Day for the World Tag Team Championships.
And like you even said, I felt so wrong going for the Judgment.
I know, right? And like we were cheering for the Judgment Day, and the entire time we're like, yeah, ew. Like that. It feels wrong.
Yeah,
and yet in the same breath.
Who's worse?
Yeah,
exactly.
Judgment Day just better than the Despicable.
I'm not going to say better, just not as bad. There's a difference.
They're not complete utter douchebags. They're douchebags, but they don't set out to be more douchebags. Yeah.
They're not actively trying to be as asshole as possible.
Exactly. I mean, okay, again, we're going to go back a little bit.
They don't come
Judgment Day, or not Judgment Day, the New Day has literally got disowned by their own family because they're such pieces of trash.
Like, they didn't, the Judgment Day doesn't come out wearing pimp clothes.
Oh, Xavier, what was it, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, had the great, I wear big brim fedoras, okay? But they were not the...
Oh, I'm not even talking about, I don't remember the fedora. I'm talking about the fur cloak. And I'm pretty sure he even had the pimp cane. Like, he was 1,000,000% trying to look like a pimp. And if you disagree, it's okay to have a wrong opinion.
Anyway.
But this is a great match.
It really, really was. It was actually...
I was shocked by how good this was. And I'm so glad that the Judgment Day did it by themselves.
Well, they really don't have anybody right now.
Well, yeah, I guess that's accurate, but also
they didn't. I think if I remember right, I'm not going to say they cheated.
no, the Judgment or not the New Day did.
Hear me out. I'm not going to say they cheated or they didn't cheat, but they won as close to fair as they could get. They didn't do anything underhanded. They did simple, underhanded shit, but they didn't do.
They weren't cheating.
Yeah.
They were doing the same underhanded shit the New Day was doing.
Yeah. Only they didn't grab the titles and
try to smack upside the head with it.
Yeah. Like the New Day, they're the types that would grab the titles and walk up the ramp and just take the 10 count.
Or just get themselves disqualified on purpose,
Same basic idea.
Yeah.
But, they didn't. Judgment Day wasn't even allowed to do any of that.
Yeah. Because they know they'd be the same kind of way. So, I kind of like that. But it was a really good match. I was very impressed with it. But
I mean, like I said, they were really back and forth. They were really holding each other accountable. I guess is the word I'm looking for.
It was a lot of high flying. Honestly,
Well, yeah, you got.
You got the New Day. You got Finn Balor. JC's not quite a high flyer, but he can get up there.
He can get up there.
Yeah. But so we now have new World Tag Team Championships, the Judgment Day.
Which means all of them are now officially decorated.
Yeah, now they are dripping in gold, as they said. But then after that, Jackie Redmond is having a backstage interview with Bayley. Coming off the chaos with Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyrie last week, where's her head at? Is she still focused on getting another opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship? And she, she's like, yeah, I still have my eyes locked on the IC title. I'm upset with Lyra getting involved last week. But at the same time, I'm just trying to get my revenge on Becky Lynch. But then Lyra shows up, and Bayley's laughing. Bayley's like, you can't respond to my text messages. Or no, Lyra says, you won't respond to my text messages, but you'll talk about me in an interview. And Bayley's like, I'm not here to listen to you apologize. Lyra's like, I don't even know who you are anymore, Bayley. And, Lyra, she's confused as to why Bayley feels like she was trying to sabotage her last week. It may not be personal between Lyra and Bayley, but it's personal between Lyra and Becky Lynch. She reminds Lyra that she also has a personal issue with her. And basically, they start screaming at each other. Like, oh no, I had it worse than you, blah, blah, blah. And then Adam Pearce is like, shut the fuck up. Guess what? You can settle in the ring.
Which I was actually impressed with.
Yeah.
Because usually he doesn't, get in the middle of it. He just kind of waits for them to come to his office.
Mm.
I guess with Nick Aldis hanging around the past couple weeks, he's kind of had to step up his game or look like crap.
Mm-hmm.
But he usually looks like crap anyway. But
he's honestly been doing a lot better recently.
He has.
So I want to give him his props. But anyway, so they get a match scheduled for later on tonight.
And then what do we get?
A waste of time. We get a vignette of Goldberg. This dominant, this dominant, untouchable champion. 100-0, 113-0, 100 and whatever the fucking
I think it was 170 something.
Yeah, 170 wins and the first ever undefeated WWE champion from 40 years ago.
Again, and I even said this. I said it while they were playing it. If that was the Goldberg we were getting, hell yes.
Hell yeah. I would love to see him go up against Gunther.
But unfortunately, we're getting a 58-year-old Goldberg who has not stepped in a ring in 5-10 years.
If not more.
And Gunther, who is at the top of his game.
One of the most dominant champions in WWE history. I'm not counting Roman Reigns.
Because we don't... Well, okay. Even counting Roman. Okay? And this is something I feel like Gunther's even brought up.
Mm-hmm.
He has spent more time as champion in WWE than he has not.
Yeah, he's spent 80% of his career as champion. Whether it be Intercontinental or I think he's actually only had two.
NXT UK.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking main roster.
Well, I'm talking everything.
Yeah.
His whole entire time in WWE.
He spent like 80% of his career as champion.
So, and he's going against a 58-year-old man who is probably at least a good, I would say 20 years out of his prime. It's probably more than that. But
being generous.
20 years out of his prime.
Going up against Gunther, who's in his prime currently. It's an embarrassment, is what it is.
But then we get to this, and
well, first they have to remind us what happened last week by showing us, him getting attacked by Penta backstage.
Oh, because we forgot.
Yeah, but then he's backstage with American Made, and he has his arm in a sling. And he says, I'm going to need you all to hold down the fort while I'm out of action. Adam Pearce comes up. He's like, I wish you luck on your upcoming surgery. And I love what Chad Gable says. He's like, look, I'm an Olympian. I make my own luck. But I appreciate it anyway.
And then Pearce is like sarcastically, he's like, so I guess we won't be seeing El Grande Americano around.
And he's like, I'm sure, he's the best luchador in the world. I'm sure he keeps a busy schedule, but you never know. He tells Ivy Niles to conquer Stephanie Vakir. And he tells the Greek brothers, I'm sure you guys are all tired of everybody talking about your championship potential. So go out and make it a reality. And, Bruce is like, I feel lost. I don't know what to do without you here, Gable. He says, Brutus, just listen to Ivy from now on.
And then you see Adam Pearce walks over to Nick, and they're kind of talking for a second.
Yeah. And Finn Balor walks up. And he's like, hey, guys, I have an idea for the two of you regarding the future of the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. And, it would be so mean of Pearce of you to strip the titles away from Raquel Rodriguez, especially with how hard she's been working as of late. So I suggest that she finds a new tag team partner. And they the two of them go over they mumble something or other to each other, come back like, you know what, that's a good idea. Who do you suggest? And JD's like, I don't know. And he's like, I know. Roxanne! Like, it wasn't the fucking plan from the beginning. Anyway. And, they're both like, you know what? That's a great idea. That we're good with that. On one condition. They'll have to justify the decision that they are worthy champions. At Evolution, Raquel and Roxanne will be defending the WWE Women's Tag Team titles against a team from Raw, a team from SmackDown, and a team from NXT. And you can see Finn's like, yeah, we can do, like, he's, this was not the plan.
No.
This was not.
They took that monkey wrench and went.
Yeah, he was expecting a straight shot down, and they hit him with a fucking curveball. He's like, shit, sure, we'll go with that. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. But we did get, I guess, on social media. It's on the Discord, I believe.
Mm.
I think I put it on there for Raw. Hopefully I didn't put it on there somewhere else.
Oh, hang on. Before we get to that, I forgot about... I don't know if this is of any importance, but it feels like maybe going somewhere. All this says, it looks like me, he and Pierce are on the same page. And Pierce is like, for now.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is.
I think he said... I think, if I remember right, Finn's like, so we're on the same page. He's like, for now. And he was walking away.
No. This is Adam and Pierce talking to each other.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, because we even said that even the announcer said what does that mean?
Yeah, so exactly. I'm very interested to see what... what would be really cool?
There's been a lot of talk that one of them was going to turn. heel.
Well, I was more thinking of like I know it's probably happened before, but like a war of brands or something of like them going to each other's
That's what I'm
brands.
saying.
Yeah.
But right now we have 2 face GMs.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of talk over the past probably 6 months or so, and I just haven't put anything in there
Mm-hmm.
of Pierce turning heel because Nick is so well received.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of talk that Nick wants to get back in the ring, and I think that would be great. But they're really going to have to find somebody. And I do know one, but they're going to have to find somebody that can step up and take SmackDown on.
If I'm honest,
And the only person I see able to do that is Ava.
yeah.
But then again, who would you find for NXT? And the reason I say she could do it, take her off NXT, put her on SmackDown. Here's what I'm saying. Because, and we've discussed this several times with NXT, she is not afraid.
No, absolutely not.
She has walked in the men's locker room to confront Trick when he was having his issues.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "What do you think you're doing? You don't run this." And he's like, "You're. I don't care where I'm at."
Yeah, you need to calm it the fuck down. This is my show. I make the rules, not you.
You know, I remember that day because she was like in the locker room. There was something like had the like towel wrapped around. They probably had their shorts on, whatever.
Yeah.
But still, the point is they like had their towels and they're like, and Trick is like, I don't care where I'm at.
Huh?
And it was great. And that's why I think she would be great because if you're going to get rid of Nick because he wants to
Get back in the
go
ring.
back in the ring, it needs to be somebody. It might not have to be Ava, but they need to be able to
Find someone to fill that same role.
that
Absolutely.
step that Ava takes to where like, you know what, I might be a female, but you know what? You Nick, I'm in charge.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have to walk in here and knock all your heads together to get you in line,
I'm gonna do it.
I'm going to do it. So, and I feel like Nick does that now. Like, Nick doesn't put up with too much shit.
No.
Like, he's laid back and like, okay, sounds like great. But then you have people like Chelsea who are constantly like nails on the chalkboard to him, and he's like, I still love that. That's great. Yes, Chelsea. That's right. No. Okay. I got a better idea. How about you go and do this? No! Nicholas!
It's fucking great.
I mean, he takes it.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
Every time she thinks she's got one step, he's got 2.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. But
I love him. But
we go to the second match of the night: Sheamus versus Rusev, and once again, a great match.
Well, again, I'm gonna say this. It was a great match. I'm not gonna dispute that by no means. What I am gonna say is that this week was actually pretty good
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
because we got different shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We didn't get rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, we're not just, repeating the exact same bullshit from Night of Champions.
Yeah, we've had this repeating cycle. At least 1 or 2 matches have been
The same shit.
the same shit week after week after week after week. And this, I think there wasn't even one.
No, it was great.
We did not have one repeat match from the previous week, or I don't think really any match.
No, these were all pretty new. I mean, they might have happened way back when, but for all intents and purposes, these were new matches.
New rivalry start, which is great. I love the idea. But anyway, Sheamus versus Rusev.
This is exactly what you'd expect.
I want to say this, and I know you were away, but Night Rider saw it. When Rusev got Sheamus in the accolade.
And Sheamus, I heard, stood up.
Stood up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody does that.
No. Nobody.
Nobody gets out of it. And I'm not going to say Sheamus isn't strong, because Sheamus is strong shit. And there's probably people stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But
to stand up with a 200, 300 pound man on your back while he's trying to break your back is next level power.
But yeah, I mean, and that was a little bit more towards the end. I mean, they were both getting their licks in 100%.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what you'd expect. It was a slugfest, and that's not a bad thing.
It was, like you said, it was two big boys
doing big boy things.
They were not out there trying to jump on the top ropes and do spinning moonsaults.
No, they were there to beat that shit out of each other.
It was a ground and pound. We're going to fight, and we're going to use fists, and we're going to go for it.
Exactly.
Balls to the wall.
It worked beautifully.
And this is, okay, let me say this. I might be going a little off tangent, but it's still there. 20, 30 years ago, this is the match we would have got with Gunther versus Goldberg. This is what we would have got. What we're going to get now isn't even a third, isn't even a tenth of what this was. Because Goldberg made the comment, I think on social media, I think they even brought it up on here, that he has beaten like 90% of his people he won against in under 3 minutes. And that was kind of what Gunther was even saying. I could beat you in 3 minutes. But I want, and we'll get to that, but I want to enjoy beating you. Which, again, like I said, I'll even give you 20 years ago. 20 years ago, hell yeah. Give me that at Mania. Give me that at a big tier pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And I'd enjoy every second of it. Now,
it's like, what the fuck were you saying?
Oh my God. Please, no. This man is 58 years old. And I hate to say this, but he's going to beat them. And it's going to be, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
And the only saving grace I have for Gunther losing the belt to Goldberg is Seth Rollins coming out there and stealing it from Goldberg.
Probably.
I can only hope that that's how it ends. I would cheer for Seth. As long as Goldberg
doesn't get to keep that title for more than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Make him the newest, shortest reigning champion of all time. Because I know Drew McIntyre was 5 minutes?
Yeah,
make it 3 minutes.
Which I don't know if I want to bring this up, but I did. It's hard for me not to, when I'm trying to look at stuff for this on social media, not to get clips and stuff, especially since SmackDown was filmed last night.
Oh, I forgot about that.
We do have a return last night, next week, whatever. And unfortunately, I think he's still going to be a heel, which kind of really pisses me off. And Drew comes back.
Already?
They're talking about Drew. He walks out on I can't remember. But he walks out and he's talking about how people are entitled and all this stuff again. And it's like, why are we rehashing this?
I didn't expect him to be back so soon. I thought it was going to be a lot longer.
I think he just needed to unwind and take stress off. I mean, I know he had some injuries.
Yeah.
But I don't think they were anything like
major. Yeah, fair enough.
I think it might have been a little more just bangs and bruises. And kinda
from being, because he was out there almost every week.
You know, to go out there and kind of take a hiatus, go over to Scotland, whatever, hang out with his family, you know, kind of go to, for lack of a better thing to say, I know they don't probably have one over there, but go to Disneyland type shit, you know, hang out with his family, go somewhere, you know, just be chilling.
Yeah, be whatever his actual name is instead of Drew McIntyre.
I believe that's pretty close to his name.
But you get the idea.
Yeah.
But back to what we were actually talking about. Rusev wins the match by he removes the top turnbuckle, drives Sheamus throat first into the steel bar. Then he connects with the Macho Kick, picks up the victory. Then backstage, Jackie Redmond is having an interview with American Made. And she's, how are you guys planning to move forward without your leader, Chad Gable? Excuse me. Ivy Niles says that they're going to have a lot of work to do. But first things first, I am entering the Battle Royal at Evolution. And then El Grande Americano, who is now Ludwig Kaiser for some fucking reason, walks past.
I said, here's my thought, and I it is so sad. Okay, I feel like it's almost an emotion for Ludwig.
Yeah.
To be doing this, because I don't really think Chad Gable is hurt.
Absolutely not. No.
Okay. He might have to go do some stuff, whatever, but I don't think he's going to be out for like any extended period of time. That's kind of why I'm an Olympian. I make my own luck type thing. I think it's going to be just a couple weeks, blah, 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 whatever.
Yep.
But I think now that they got the El Grande Americano, they kind of got it set that they're going to make it to where Ludwig Kaiser was always. And it's sad.
It is.
Because here's the difference. They are nowhere the same. I'm not. Yeah.
Ludwig Kaiser is like at least a foot taller.
At least. Hold on, wait a second. Well,
you know what?
You gonna do it? I know Chad is like 5.
Oh god, I have caps lock on.
I'm willing to bet Kaiser's at least almost 6.
Chad Gable is 5'8". 6'3", so
about
a 7-inch difference.
7 inches?
Yeah.
How tall is American
5'8"?
The Americano.
Well,
whoever's wearing the mask.
Okay, you know what this is almost feeling like to me? I know you're not going to remember it. I don't think Knight Rider ever really paid attention. If he did, we'll see if they list how tall El Grande Americano is. Just curious. 5'8".
Yeah.
They're listing it as Chad Gable still.
I wonder why.
Yeah. This is the thing, okay? They're listing it as Chad Gable, but now technically it's not Chad Gable. Because now it's Ludwig Kaiser, because Chad Gable. But like I was going to say, I think this is the start to. They're still going to kind of keep him on this trajectory of what Gable was doing. I think they're going to have this unmasking, and then it's all going to be, oh, it was always Ludwig Kaiser, and everybody knows it wasn't.
Yep, exactly.
It's an embarrassment.
And like I said, I feel like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of his, but I'm not a fan of his.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I think he's a fantastic wrestler. But I think they've given him the short straw.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know. This feels like an insult to basic human intelligence.
Yep,
they've given him the short straw. He didn't even get to pick it.
No.
I mean, maybe he did get to pick it, but you understand the point. I feel like they went, you know what? Got a deal for it. Want to be on TV?
Put on a mask.
Put on a mask.
But wait, that's not... No. Put on a mask. But no. Put the fucking mask on and shut the fuck up. And he's like, okay, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's just, it's so bad.
Yeah,
like
it's bad.
I don't know where they're gonna go with this story, and I don't know if I really want to know anymore. But anyway, El Grande Americano, aka now Ludwig Kaiser, instead of Chad Gable, because Chad Gable was out.
Yeah. But he walks past him. Jackie asks Ivy for a reaction, and she says no further comments. Then Jackie walks over to Sami Zayn, and...
Hold on. Before we get to our walking over, they looked really confused.
I wonder why.
They looked like super confused.
I wonder why.
I understand that, but you have to... You know what look I'm talking about. But that look was like...
What?
No comments.
Yeah, they were like... like a ghost. They just literally saw a ghost,
Mhm.
and it was a ghost they should have not seen because they already knew Gable was gone. And they're
Yeah.
like, wait, hold on a second. We know who Love Grunt is, and he's gone, and
It's
who is that?
it's
Wait,
so
no
sad.
comment. And that was like the brain process, I think. They were like, wait, Gable's gone.
Yeah,
Who the fuck has got the mask on?
it's very sad. It truly is.
Like I said, the look on their faces were priceless.
So do you guys
Right.
got D&D tomorrow?
Yeah, as far as I know,
Yeah.
we still do.
But then
She
Jackie
goes and talks
Redmond,
to Sammy. I love this. This is another.
Karrion Kross attacks him from behind. He throws him into a production crate, and he's just wailing on him with haymaker after haymaker after haymaker. And he keeps yelling at him, say it, tell me the truth. And then he fucking grabs a lead pipe, smashes him in the ribs, and he's about to start hitting him again before security finally shows up, and
he's pulling security off.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I love is Scarlett just comes and touches me. And I've been there.
Yep.
And I know it's storyline, but I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like, the
exactly.
person you have in your brain, the only person you will not physically attack.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because, like I said, when your mom, me and him got into it one night.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I had him up against the wall, fist drawn back, ready to just bloody the wall. And your mom screaming at me. And finally she touched me. I went, what? Like, put him down. I went,
No.
fine. But it was that, I understand that.
No.
And I know it's storyline. But I liked the idea that they put it in to where she's like, and he's like, fine.
Yeah, he drops the pipe, backs off.
And again, everybody's talking about this because you can just see Cross, and we'll get to it later. Cross a master of this.
Oh yeah.
This is 100% a game to him.
Oh yeah. And he's the only one playing.
The other people just don't know they're playing, but they're still playing. They just don't remember what the game is because nobody told them what the game is.
But then Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis make an announcement. Adam Pearce says 2 weeks from now, we make history again for a second time with WWE Evolution. Nick comes on. It's no secret that our women's division are the absolute best talent in the world. In Atlanta, the spotlight shines directly on them.
And then Adam is like, to honor the tradition of the first Evolution, Nick and I have decided to host a battle royal where the winner goes on to a championship match at Clash in Paris.
Many women will enter Evolution, but only one will be left standing. She will go to Paris for an opportunity of a lifetime. And then we get whatever the fuck this is. Gunther comes down to the ring, and he says, yes, you guessed right. I came out here tonight to talk about Bill Goldberg. And I gotta say, I'm very impressed. We all saw the video highlighting some of Bill Goldberg's greatest career moments before. I gotta say, I'm impressed. It's violent. It's brutal. Destructive. He left on a mark on every opponent he stepped in the ring with. And just like his matches, all summed up in 3 minutes for you. Bill Goldberg has every right to claim that he's the most feared man of his generation. But I am not afraid of what is left of Bill Goldberg, because I see what he really is. He is a 50-year-old man that wants to ride out his career on my coattail. One last hurrah at my expense. It is definitely not going to happen because I know Bill Goldberg is not capable of taking the World Heavyweight Championship away from me. And I know that I'm very capable of beating him in just under 3 minutes. But that's not my goal. My goal for Saturday night's main event is to take my time, take him apart, blow him up, outclass him, and embarrass him in front of everything and everyone that's near and dear to him. So, I heard Bill Goldberg say that he doesn't like bullies. So, Bill, too bad you bumped into the biggest bully around here. At Saturday night's main event, I'm going to bully you. I'm going to push you around. I'm going to treat you like a piece of crap. And there is nothing you can do about it. And now we're all here guessing if you, Bill, if you still got it. Well, I'm going to expose that you never had it. And after Bill Goldberg, I will be walking out of here. It will be on me to raise the question, who's next? Who is it? Who's next for the ring general?
And then Seth's music hit.
He comes down to the ring with Paul Heyman, the Money in the Bank briefcase. Gunther says, well, by the look up on his face, you are very proud, for whatever reason, to travel very far and achieve absolutely nothing.
And then Seth says, hey, achieve absolutely nothing? Come on. He hasn't been paying attention. Look, Gunther, we came out here to congratulate you. We have not seen you since you won that beautiful World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, congratulations to the Ring General. Congratulations, champ. If you hadn't been paying attention, you would have understood. You did not go to Night of Champions to clash in this Money in the Bank contract. John Cena. If you had been paying attention, you would have understood that for the last 2 years, I have said time and time again, if there's a breath in my lungs, CM Punk will not be a world champion in this company. And I flew all the way across the world to stand on that business. But as it stands, the Money in the Bank contract, when we won this, I told the world it was going to be an all-out assault on both world titles. So let me repeat, congratulations, champ.
And then CM Punk's music hits. He comes down there. He starts attacking Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins runs up into the stands. And CM Punk is in the ring. He says, you're a coward. And then he makes the stupidest decision of his entire career. He's all pissy in his feelings, so he decides to push the ring general. And then he just walks out of the ring like nothing happened at all.
But away from all that, Seth is like out
like way up in the stands.
And I noticed it.
I saw it.
I noticed it. You see this these boots kind of step down, and then you see the yellow shirt, and I went, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew who the fuck it was.
And then you just see him with a bag of popcorn.
Yep, you're just sitting there. There's the camera kind of pans up. You see LA Knight.
And then
Seth kind of does this whole there's somebody, the feeling somebody behind me, turns around and he clocked him with the
popcorn,
popcorn.
And then LA Knight and him start fighting. They go out into I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah, they go out in the arena.
Yeah, arena, outside, not in the
not in the stadium part, but the outside, the foyer, whatever you want to call it.
So yeah, they're there, and then Seth runs. That's it. Seth runs off again as LA Knight is trying to beat him up.
But then I liked this, and I don't know why I liked it, but because it really wasn't. But I think that it needed to be done the way it was because I think that we'll just get to it. Raquel is throwing a fit that Roxanne is replacing Liv.
And Finn says nobody's replacing Liv. I understand. I've had a shoulder injury before. I know how long it takes to recover from them. It's going to be a long road for Liv. I just want Raquel to remain a champion since you've worked so hard to keep those titles.
And Raquel is like, she is in the gym 2 to 3 days a week trying to get back.
Yeah.
And he's like, we need somebody now.
Yeah. So we're going to put it to a vote on...
I guess it's come to... he says something like, I guess it's come to the time that we have to do this.
Yeah, put it to a vote on the newest member of the Judgment Day.
And he's like, well, we know my vote is a yes.
Yeah. JD votes yes. And Dom's like, I need to talk to Liv. Finn's like, no. Make the decision on your own.
And if I remember right, he says Liv will be proud of you or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liv will be proud that you made this decision.
Yeah. So he votes yes. And then Raquel tells Roxanne that she better hold up her end of the deal. So now she's officially the newest member of the Judgment Day, and she says that she will do anything for the Judgment Day. But first things first, she plans on getting back the person who hurt Liv in the first place, Kyrie. And Finn, with that shit-eating grin, ear to ear, says, oh, Liv's gonna love this. The entire I can't even do it justice.
Oh no. You think the Joker is bad with that grin. His is worse.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
Like you said, you can't wipe that smile off.
You could fucking take a pressure washer to that, and his skeleton has just fucking... Anyway. Kairi Sane cuts a promo. She says, I don't talk big. I fight with heart and honor. That is why I'm here. I've been the NXT Women's Champion, a 2-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. To all the champions, I will have all your gold. I am not afraid of anything. No matter how many times I'm knocked down, I'll stand up. I don't run from the storm. I run into it. The Pirate Princess is here.
I missed that she was doing the whole Pirate Princess thing.
Yeah.
Because when she was in NXT, and your mom, that was who she loved, Kyrie.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was her Pirate Princess.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I still believe I have the shirt that your mom wore all the time. It's Kyrie Pirate Princess. But yeah, so I know your mom is smiling at this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, my princess is back!
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I'm interested to see what they... But here's the... I hope they do something with her that's not just, oh, she has a fight against Roxanne and then we never see her again. Because, I mean... But, moving on to the third match of the night.
Okay, this match was great until it wasn't. And it's not that it ended... I hated it.
It was on purpose. You were supposed to hate it. Because we have Bayley versus Lyra in a number 1 contenders match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. And this is a great fight. Like, they were friends? That shit's out the fucking window.
I agree. But, like I said...
Like, they are in here, bow, 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 like, beating the ever-living hell out of one another for the sake of this Intercontinental Championship. And at the end of the day, when it all comes down to that 1, 2, 3, it's a draw.
Because Bayley slid over,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, I understand it was purpose of. But Bayley slid like over and her shoulders hit, and she already had Lyra's down. So Jessica Carr counted both of them out.
I've always said that a double pinfall would be hilarious. Just not this. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the slightest. Because after the double pinfall. Though, and the beautiful thing is that before the ring announcer makes like the official announcement, they're both in the ring raising their hands, thinking they'd won, and then he makes the announcement at the referee's decision. This match is a draw, and they both look at each other, glare, and they just start beating the shit out of each other. For what purpose, I don't know. They were probably just pissed off.
And then it goes out to the crowd, and
yeah, like they are whooping each other out. So, as you said, triple threat match at Evolution.
here's the thing, though. I know the old comment, not we always say, but the old comment, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
They're all enemies now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so where does that fall?
I don't think it falls anywhere. I think this one will be a free for all. I mean, I maybe see Lyra and Bayley teaming up against Becky, but at the same time,
But it's only going to be for a minute or two until.
not even that. I'd say they both kick her out of the ring, and then they start. I don't think there's any friendships in this anymore. Whatever friendships there were is completely ruined. Give me
But
one. Go ahead.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
We find out today, Saturday Night Main Event, Seth Rollins will battle LA Knight. It is official. And then we get a backstage interview with CM Punk. Punk is saying, that Seth Rollins' knees haven't been working that well in years. Do you see him run away?
That's because he knows that CM Punk isn't one to mess with.
Yeah. And Punk says he's got receipts coming for Rollins. And then Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, for Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, Gunther, anyone else who wants to step in his way. And then Punk walks up to LA Knight and he tells LA Knight that you better get at the back of the line because he has unfinished business with Rollins. And Knight just kind of looks at him.
It's like, I don't know what you're coming up to me for, like I did something wrong. Look, as far as I'm concerned, you can have him all 6 days of the week. But I have a match with him at Saturday Night Main Event. So as far as I'm concerned, I am the line. Yeah! So, I assume that's probably going to turn into maybe some kind of rivalry, which seems horrendously stupid, but then again, that seems like most rivalries nowadays. Then
the final match, aka match 4.
I honestly forget how
you know what? I'm gonna let you take the wheel with this because you were like so ready to just fly into the TV and
I literally said it earlier today. The moment that you join a faction, all of your stats are cut in half. Because we saw last week Braun Breaker versus last week, right? Braun Breaker versus Penta. I'll give Penta his credit. He was doing a hell of a job until Braun Breaker fucking killed him. We saw that woman's reaction. She thought she witnessed a fucking murder. For good reason.
Panic on her face
was beautiful. Then, at Night of Champions, it takes Penta and Sami Zayn to take down one Braun Breaker. Then this week, Sami Zayn already has hurt ribs. He was attacked with a lead pipe earlier in the night. And yet somehow, miraculously, these two, I say chumps, they're not chumps, but for the sake of the point I'm trying to make, these two chumps are managing to whoop the ass of Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed might as well not have even been there. Because all he did was get his ass whooped.
I want you to bring up a point that you brought up last night before this match even started.
I made the point that either one of these two should be able to catch Penta or Sami
Well, I
Zayn.
wasn't talking about that one, but you're right. I was talking about his ribs being hurt. These two, literally, their finishing moves
are designed to break your ribs. The spear, the tsunami. And yet Sami Zayn was fucking fine.
That's what I wanted you to bring up. Because that was part that you got so animated about, too. You're like, he has hurt ribs! Why is he not hurting?
Yeah, he was like, oh, it hurts, but also, like, what? It's one or the other. You can't have hurt ribs and also somehow be at 100%. And even if you are at 100%, you still shouldn't be. You should still be the underdog in this fight. They were making it seem like Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed were the underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
They win. So I'm not too upset because they win. But they needed the help of Paul Heyman to do it, which is absolute dog shit. These two are, I'm going to say it, two of, if not the two most destructive men on the main roster right now. And they're a tag team. And yet week after week after week, we see them getting treated like fucking chumps. They win their matches, sure. But it's because they have Paul Heyman out there to help them. It's because they're using underhanded tactics. These two, I understand they're heels. However, these two do not need Paul Heyman. These two do not need to use underhanded tactics. They need to go in there and absolutely mollywop your ass.
What was that again?
Mollywop your ass.
The word that he just made up.
I'm pretty sure that's a... Hang on, you know what?
Mollywop.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's what I'm screaming.
What the fuck? Mollywop. Get your ass kicked. See, I knew I didn't make it up.
I've never heard that. Urban Dictionary. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's slang, but still, I didn't make it up.
Hey,
I've never
it
heard it.
works.
I've never
Shit.
heard it. Go ahead.
Anyway.
To each their own.
I just never heard it before. That was a new one on me.
Exactly.
But yeah, they win the match, thankfully. But it's by the skin of their teeth, which is some bullshit.
Well, there was even quite a few times that, like, Penta and Sammy were, like, going over the top rope and Breaker and
Bronson just get taken out. Like, catch them! You've done this several times! We watched, like, what, 2-3 weeks ago now, JC Mateo catch LA Knight out of midair. And I'm pretty sure LA Knight is quite a bit heftier than either of these boys. Maybe not by much, but the point still stands.
Penta's a luchador, so he has to be under 208.
You should be catching them out of midair and breaking their spines on the ring apron. But instead, you're getting knocked over like a fucking bowling pin.
Are you done?
Yeah. They win the match. Then afterwards, they go in. They're attacking Penta. They're attacking Sami Zayn. Then Jey Uso shows up. And with a steel chair. And he fights him off with a steel chair. Because, steel chairs are the ultimate equalizer. Unless you're Bronson Reed.
Well,
Unless you're Bronson Reed in a faction. Because
hold on, wait. Didn't he attack him and he, like, got taken out by the chair? Breaker, wasn't it?
what do you mean?
He hit him with a chair and he just, like, collapsed. Didn't
Yeah. Yeah. He like, ugh, and Breaker went, ugh. He was a rag doll in a video game. He just
we said enough with Gray. The ragdoll during the Chaos Challenges. Oh, never. I got this.
Nope.
Ragdoll. Like, he does great.
But it's so bad. Anyway, the Jey Uso runs him off, and that's that.
Beautiful.
It's a travesty, is what it is. But
Yeah.
now we're gonna move on to Discord.
And I might not have as much as I would have liked, but there was so many spoilers I was
Yeah, I got you.
Trying to ignore.
ignore. Yeah.
Braun Breaker says the WWE did offer him the option to use the Steiner name. He says, I was indifferent about it because I knew that was always going to be attached anyway, no matter what I did. And I'm glad he's not using it. Like I've said.
I'm kind of on the fence. I see that you want to carve your own path, which is great, spectacular. And I say that a lot. Like when it comes to
Charlotte?
not even Charlotte. I'm talking like singers and stuff.
Yeah.
Or even actors. You know, you get famous because your family is famous. No. Get famous because of who you are.
Yeah.
But again, I think the Steiners, when it comes to like wrestling, that's not their name, but it is their name.
Yeah.
It's like Steiner's part of it, but I don't remember like how it all.
Yeah, like the official like legal name
is Steiner, but there's
something after it.
Something after it. It's like Flair. Their real name is Flair, but it's actually more like Fleer.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm glad that
I'm kind of indifferent. I'm kind of like him. I see both sides, but I like that he decided, or they decided, whatever it was, that
he didn't
carving his own path.
Yeah, because here's the thing: as someone new to wrestle, not new, I've been watching it for a long time, but I wasn't watching it when his father was a big thing. So him coming out there with the Steiner name, it'd be like, oh, okay. I don't know who that is. And I feel like that'd be the same thing for a lot of new wrestling fans. Like, okay, your name is supposed to make you important. I'm glad that he is making himself important.
Here's another thing, too. I want to say this. There's another prime example of what I was talking about, too. When you have somebody that is a big deal in wrestling, like the Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
Dusty Rhodes was an icon.
Mm-hmm.
Never won a title, or he might have won titles, but never won the world title. That was kind of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody decided to use it, but yet they always use Rhodes. But it is a version. Their name is Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Is their real last name.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of those things. He could have easily gone on there and been Cody Reynolds
or Stardust.
We don't talk about Stardust.
Stardust was great. I don't know what to talk about. I remember Stardust and Goldust.
Yes.
Beautiful.
But it's a part that it was just a very. That was also during when wrestling was just getting weird.
Yeah.
And it was great. But
it was strange.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, just strange.
I mean, when you had and I know you're not going to remember, you might remember, there was also a time when we had a porn star as a wrestler.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was one of those, and they were like showing video, not videos, but videos. Like he'd be on the set, and you'd see like a girl climb out from under the blanket or whatever, and he'd be sitting back. He's like, "Yeah, I'm on the film my new movie," and he was doing all this like sexy talk thing. And here's the thing. And I don't know if you remember like his name. I don't know if you remember his name. But I want you to look at this. You can put it in on your phone or whatever. It's Val. V-A-L. Venus. V-E-N-I-S. So take the V.
Yeah. Yeah.
And put a P in, and it's pal penis.
Yeah.
And that was like their
running gag. Yeah. Oh God, the infinite.
We're falling into this.
I was gonna look it up, but then you explained it, so I didn't need to.
But like I said, it was one of those things that that was a couple years before, but it was that thing like
So like the new girl in NXT, but a little bit worse. I'm being funny, but
she's supposed to be more of
the glamour, I
the
get it.
Marilyn Monroe.
But
type.
like I
Yes.
said time and time again, it gives me like old '90s porn vibes for some reason. I don't know. I've never even watched old '90s porn. But
here's the thing, and I guess I kind of grew up in the era to where the '90s porn was a thing, but I remember like the old '70s porn type, when I was a kid. So I understand where you're at. When this is kind of more the vibe they were trying to do with like Val Venus. I have to look at some of his clips and see if I can't show you a couple of them, because some of them you are like, whoa. Like there was a scene, there was a part in one of them that he was messing with a guy's, I don't remember if it's his wife or his sister or his daughter or whatever, but it was like a relationship to this guy.
Yeah.
And he was going out to the ring or whatever, and he had like this group of people, the other guy, and they rushing, like all grabbing him, pulling backstage. And it goes on with the show, and a couple minutes later, however long during the show later, they have him like in this room, and you only see him from the waist up. But supposedly they had everything down or whatever, and like now it's time for you to pay for what you've done, blah blah blah. And the guy has a sword like this, and the lights go out, and then you just hear the whoosh. And you hear Val scream, but nothing seemed to happen. But it was that moment of like, oh crap. it was that moment of like, how far can we take it without
taking it anywhere?
Yeah. How far can we take this story and yet still stay on the air? Yeah. It was.
That sounds really goofy. I feel like I would have enjoyed that simply for how absurd it was.
And then there was a time back in the day in which Goldust, I don't remember how or why, but he got electrocuted. So, whenever he would do like interviews, he would start doing these like Twitch things and like repeating and like it was so weird.
I think I vaguely remember that. Either that or the Mandela effect.
Well, like I said, you might have seen videos on it or whatever, but these were all like 90s, early 2000s, like the Attitude Era, which is kind of the era I'm talking about, when all this was going on. The Attitude Era was just
strange.
It was a time in which wrestling kind of took the envelope and ran as far as they could before
they tripped and fell on the face.
Censors finally went, whoa, stop. Yeah. And they wait, hold on.
Wait, let us cook. Let the censors like, you need to stop here, and they're like, but what if we go just a little bit further?
Yeah, it was bad. Yep, like I wish you could go back. In fact, I think there's videos of like the Attitude Era, just some clips and stuff for the Attitude Era, like on like even Netflix now, I think, since that's like the WWE Network thing, might be on Peacock. But anyway, I need to bring up some of those, like the Attitude Era. You can see some of the weird, nostalgic things that it was, because it was.
It sounds goofy and wonderful.
It was.
But Gage Goldberg says WWE is 100% a backup plan for him behind football. Immediate failure. And I only say this because if he decides to go to WWE, he's obviously going to be successful. He's athletic. He's Goldberg's son. He'll go to the moon. But
you want to know the problem I have with Gage?
It's a backup plan.
No.
What?
Look at the picture.
Yes.
Same damn thing. which means we're going to bring him in. He's going to be Goldberg too. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
I
probably.
think that it's probably more of a symbol of honor for him.
Yeah. Do we even do? Is this okay? Here's the thing. Does this tattoo mean
It's
something?
just a tribal tattoo, as far as I know.
Oh, okay.
It might.
It probably means something in the tribe, but I don't know if it has.
It's. They call them tribal tattoos. It's the style.
Yeah.
It's not a tribe or anything. It's the style.
It's just
called tribe.
okay. Yeah, I get you.
It's like having when you see like the koi fish or black and white.
Yeah.
They're styles.
Okay.
Tribal is a style. It's not
A tribal
Yeah.
tattoo. Got you. That makes sense.
now the Usos.
Or actual tribal tattoo,
They're
like Samoan tribes. Yeah.
now they might not be part of the Samoan tribe, or they might be, but those are things that are like
Actual tribal tattoos. It's not just a style.
You don't just go and get them because you think they look cool.
Yeah, they're actually meaning something.
They mean something to them.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And if you would go and get like Samoan tattoos, you could get in a lot of trouble. I did this for him. I did this for Knight Rider.
Braun Breaker says he's recently started entering fishing tournaments, and now he's not sure if he's a wrestler who fishes or a fisherman who wrestles.
Damn.
That has started to pick up as of recent. I've started fishing tournaments, and I'm like, I love it. I would never. I guess I would expect it, but at the same time, I wouldn't expect it.
I wouldn't either, but
Here's the thing. You know what? And this is something I kind of wanted to bring up too. And I got something that I was hesitating to bring up, and I think I put it in SmackDown.
Okay.
It was about a SmackDown star.
Mhm.
I think I put it in SmackDown. I don't know. But, no. It might be on here. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I think it was the Liv Morgan thing.
Mm.
About her stalker. But you never know what these guys do behind closed doors.
Yeah.
exactly.
And sometimes I think it's kind of fun to see them, you know,
doing human shit.
Yeah.
Doing.
And I'm sure you know this from working, because I remember when I used to work at like McDonald's and all that. Say like your manager walks in street clothes one day. They look completely different.
Oh yeah.
Like you almost don't recognize. You know who they are. You recognize them,
But it's like, wait, what?
you gotta do that double triple.
Oh
take.
yeah, absolutely. I trust.
So I think that like this, if you were out on the boat, let's just say, you know, because we live about an hour or so, hour and a half from like Carlisle.
Mhm.
Say they had a fishing tournament at Carlisle. Knight Rider decides he's going to go enter this fishing tournament, blah, 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 because he wants to. And come to find out in the boat, a couple yards from you is Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
That would just
You might have no idea. Look at this.
Yeah.
You would know, but unless you like knew, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, like I might even glance at him and be like,
he kind of looks like Braun Breaker, but you wouldn't think of it.
yeah, you would never think about it.
You would do.
You're like, there's no way.
Yeah,
But
that's really cool.
You'd go on.
Honestly,
that road,
well,
technically.
I can't imagine he's gonna quit wrestling to
Oh, I
go
can't either. That's why I
pursue
think-
fishing.
am I
But-
a wrestler who fishes or a fisherman who wrestles? I just thought it was kind of funny.
I do too. But could you imagine that? He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm fishing now. I'm
you
a
know
fisher.
what I think too? And I know that's
Yeah.
going to sound weird.
He could.
You know, I think this, oh yeah, they can make good money in some of them tournaments.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, I think what would be great is it might be 2, 3, 4, 10 years down the road, whatever. But I think that would be great. And again, Attitude Era.
Come down there like the big old.
There was a guy during the Attitude Era who was supposed to be like born and raised in like the outback of Australia,
Yeah.
and they named him Skinner.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was so gross. And when I say gross, I mean gross. He didn't do anything like because he was Australian. That wasn't it at all. but he had like a tobacco cup. And whenever he got into the ring, his teeth would all be like that brownish color or whatever. And he'd be like, and spit in the cup. And it was just
The character.
the character. And that would be cool to have him come out.
I love the idea of Braun Breaker coming out there wearing like big old fucking fishing boots, like the raincoat, holding the fish.
Give him a hook hand. No. The whole I know what
Captain
you did last
Hook.
summer. Yes.
I don't
know what you did last summer.
I don't get it.
They call him the fisherman. He's got a hook hand. Blah blah blah. Anyway.
We are less than 3 weeks away from Revolution, and EO still needs an opponent. Well, we don't anymore. So.
Well, here we go. What I'm saying is, I put this on there before all this.
Yeah, before last night.
But we have to now hope for SummerSlam.
Yes. Rhea Ripley says that being a part of Judgment Day helped her career. Honestly, I think that was like another turning point in my career. Being partnered with Dom and also being a part of the Judgment Day, it made me open up as a performer. It made me have to work a lot more because I was doing 9 segments in a 16-segment show, sometimes more. We were doing everything as a part of Judgment Day. I was running around helping Finn and Damien and then helping Dom and doing promos, making business deals, wrestling myself, doing women's storylines. Yeah. I mean, you might not have liked her in Judgment Day, but...
like I said, I was always a fan of Rhea.
Yeah.
I didn't like that she was there, but it was what it was.
Rhea Ripley says Vince McMahon viewed her as a heel just based off her look. Everyone was like, you don't understand, she's a babyface. People actually like it. And he said, nah, she's a heel. Yeah, that sounds like Vince for you.
And here's the thing. Rhea's one of those few people
who can do either.
But I feel like she's also so far over, it's really hard to kind of reflip.
Yeah.
Because her mommy thing all started as her being a heel, but it caught on so much it kind of progressed, and then it ascended higher than she could, and now it's just like mommy.
Yeah. Dave Meltzer says it makes no sense for Pat McAfee to continue doing WWE Raw commentary given his busy schedule after McAfee recently admitted that he's been feeling pretty exhausted. It makes no sense for him to be doing Raw. He just wears himself out because he's got his talk show, he's got his new kid, he's got, all these other responsibilities.
And there's a lot of people saying that he should give it all up if they're just genuine assholes.
Well, I'm not saying he gives it up, but I agree. Like, if he's not gonna be, if he, he comes in every once in a while, that's fine. But in the meantime,
I think what they could do, and this is my opinion, and like I said, I know WWE never gonna see it. Bring him in for the big pay-per-views.
Yeah,
have him sit next to Corey and Pat, or Michael and Corey.
Yeah,
don't take Corey out.
No,
you bring Pat in, sit him down next to him.
Have a 3-man.
Have a 3-man booth for the big pay-per-views.
Rhea Ripley says that she originally was pushing to be called Poppy instead of Mommy. I was trying to push the Poppy agenda. They were like, yeah, we can't do that. And then Priest was like, what about Mommy? And I was like, okay. I was really set on the Poppy thing. I was like, it's going to take time to grow on me, and it did. Because, that would have been interesting, though.
But see, the thing is, that was also, I think that had a lot to do with Eddie, because that was his thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm your Poppy.
Miles won in live that he's with Stephanie. I'm going to disagree. He won, yes, but he didn't just win, Here's
the thing. I put that for a simple fact that a lot of people have been talking about how lucky he is. And I'm going to tell you what. Luck or not, I give the dude a props.
Oh, absolutely.
Because one, he is a great wrestler.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. He's a great guy.
Here's what I'm saying. You got Stephanie, man. Fair enough. I don't know if I put it on here, but it was towards Julia, I believe. I might have put on the archive stuff, because that's where I put a lot of like the weird shit that I just want to kind of remember, whatever. Things that we'll never show, but
Yeah.
if you want to go look at them, go look at them.
Exactly.
It's just little info things that I thought were interesting, but
Yep.
not things I want to necessarily talk about.
Exactly.
But he's like, man, I would sell my soul to get just one chance. And it was like Julia, and I was like, yeah, I'm 100% on that page. And mine might be more Stephanie, but I wouldn't.
Oh yeah.
Julia, I think, is absolutely
right.
beautiful too.
But the road to recovery begins. Good for her, man. I hope she comes back soon. You know.
Yes, very soon.
Oh no, I think we're waiting on that storyline because
Gunther says things are very good with him and Ludwig Kaiser, despite their lack of appearances together on WWE TV. He noted that they recently traveled to Italy together for a friend's wedding. Her fucks.
again, and that's something I want to. Again, we say this every time I bring any of these things up. These guys are not in.
No, they're friends back
Some
there.
of these guys are absolute best friends.
Yeah. The devil on Sammy's shoulder is unfiltered. I assume this is another promo.
I don't remember if that's actual video, but it's just I love Cross.
Yeah, fair enough.
And Cross is
Speaking of, he says didn't ask for this is him. Didn't ask for shortcuts, didn't ask for favors. We just showed up every time, staying ready even when no one was watching. Saudi Arabia, you saw it, you felt it, and that means more than you know. To the rest of the world watching, with your never-ending support, thank you.
and there it actually is. And notice how much taller he is.
Yeah, like
Oh my god.
he's now taller than fucking Julius.
Exactly. That's just dead giveaway.
There's the Stephanie.
Yeah,
thing.
she's going into the Battle Royal where the winner gets a women's championship.
Why do we get this during a commercial break? I don't understand. I was like, what is Stephanie? We say this all the time. I am an absolute huge fan of Stephanie. Like, to me, Stephanie is a bar so much higher than probably 90% of the roster.
Yeah. But
And probably that 90%, or should I say the other 10% that are even close to her level are still about a point below it.
yeah. Scarlett says, I've watched Cross give everything for years for this. Saudi Arabia, you saw him, you felt him, you respected him, and someone who knows what he's worth, thank you. I've never been more proud. I don't know what
this is a video. And it's because his birthday was yesterday or the day before, whatever it was. And it's just Jay coming out with a birthday cake and he like trips and falls. I don't know if it was on purpose, if it was a botch. There's some saying that it was. And Cody like goes over and it just watch. It's just goofy fun.
I don't think that was. Why did he run away like it was a fucking ghost?
And see, that's why I'm not sure what they were actually trying to do.
They ran away like there was a fucking ghost in the corner.
It was just them being funny, I think.
Fair enough.
I just thought it was funny.
John Cena's next few WWE appearances will be the July 18th. You mean to tell me this man is going to show up for another 2 weeks? Of course not. July 18th, SmackDown. August 1st, SmackDown. August 3rd, SummerSlam. And August 8th, SmackDown. I guess he's not going on Raw anymore. And apparently this was a Karrion Kross promo that we didn't get, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Might have to watch it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have sound, so we'll watch this one later. Why are we getting war games again? Why?
I like war.
Okay, but who?
You want to know what the? I don't know if I have it on here, but we'll just go for a minute. Let's rewind that back in a minute. Just keep going.
Now we are talking for Evolution. Need 3 matches more at the very least added to this. Yeah, I'd say so. Corey Graves, CM Punk leaving the scene after putting the World Heavyweight Champion on his rear end. Michael Cole, you know Gunther's not going to take that. Guarantee there's a receipt coming.
100%. 100%.
Yeah,
I want.
I see
You
it.
know what? That I'm not saying Punk by any stretch can beat Gunther, but at least that's a new match.
You know what? Fair fucks. I'd like to see it.
I thought this was just funny.
Then and holy shit. I mean, honestly, John Cena doesn't look that much different. But these two, if you told me that, I might believe is CM Punk from way back in the day. But if you told me this was Seth frickin' Rollins, I'd have not a fucking clue. I could kind of believe this just because this does seem like the kind of hairstyle Punk would have back in the day. But this
But if you just saw those and somebody said, this is a superstar, a WWE superstar, I don't know if I would have said that was John Cena. And the only reason I don't think I would say it was John Cena, and when I say this, Knight Rider might know more. I would probably not have said John Cena first. I would have said Angle.
That's fair. That's fair, honestly.
Because of the chunky face, the bald, I guess. And I'm not saying he's got a chunky face now, but that his face, at least in that photo,
I probably would have said John Cena simply because of the smile.
maybe.
I don't know Kurt Angle that well. I don't know if he had that like signature smile, but that is a baby face smile if I've ever seen one.
And the thing is, he is still such a face.
Yeah.
Outside of the ring, he is still every bit of it.
But yeah, I mean, I'm honestly not even sure this is the same human being right here. Mm-hmm.
I can tell it is, but after looking at it, I was like, okay, I can see it, but I guarantee he probably is at least 20 to 30 pounds heavier.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
At least 20.
We all saw that video highlighting Goldberg's greatest career, accolades, but just like his matches, it was all summed up in under 3 minutes.
It's just them repeating it.
Yeah.
But I thought this was something that
Oh yeah.
I really liked how he did all in 3 minutes. I could do it in 3 minutes, but I would enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree. I hope he does. God, I hope he does. Saraya says that she has not had any conversation with WWE about an Evolution return.
Okay, I want to bring this up. And the only reason I put this on there is because she keeps repeating this online. Okay? I just want to bring this up. And I might be 100% wrong.
And wasn't it, who was it?
Jordan Grace.
Yeah, Jordan Grace saying
that there's no way, here's a plane ticket, blah, 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 blah. I am not going to be at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and then she was at the fucking Royal Rumble.
So I am not saying she's 100% going to be there. But here's the thing. This has been going, she has multiple tweets of they have not contacted me. They have not contacted me. They have not contacted me. Here's what I'm saying. The more you sit there and tell me they haven't,
the more likely people are going to think that they have.
Yeah. Exactly.
Friendly reminder that SmackDown is being taped today due to the talent getting time off for 4th of July. This will cause results and spoilers being flooded across this timeline. If you are not interested in spoilers, be careful on social media until Friday.
And see, that's what I was saying earlier.
What's all the fuss about?
I think he's trying to say he's not.
I think so, but I mean, it's very. Honestly, this is less clear because he did shave. So I'm wondering if we're ever going to see Ludwig Kaiser again, are they gonna have like a taped on fucking beard?
Probably.
That'd be so funny.
No, we don't get a taped on beard. We get Lexus King beard.
Oh god, that'd be worse.
This is it.
Sean Chan was arrested after allegedly stalking
Go ahead, pop this
WWE.
whole thing up. It is a little bit of a list, but this goes back to what we talked about, her stalker, blah 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 thing. This is again. Don't do this. This is the consequences. We don't have to go through every word for word.
Yeah, he was arrested after allegedly stalking Liv Morgan. Federal documents. In late May,
he left Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
Claiming border officials that he had intended to stay
at the Performance Center. Instead, he went to her private residence. Surveillance footage captured him roaming around her property, searching for spare keys, and eventually picking up an air rifle from her porch. The weapon, remained in his possession.
You want to read this whole thing. What I'm saying is, don't do this.
Yeah, it's sad.
Why? Here's the thing. And I know we say this, and I'm going to tell you what, okay? I don't know how Tafari feels about this, but I'm going to tell you what. More than likely, I'm probably going to be where he's at, and I'm going to tell you this. Night Ride over here grew up in the middle of the country.
Yep.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. If Tafari becomes famous, you show up at her house, there's going to be a shotgun waiting on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just don't do this. Don't do this. And like I said before, these people are obviously mentally
unwell. They're not well.
They need help, but it's sad.
Don't do this.
Don't.
Nope. And besides that, I've already came to the conclusion that due to your travel thing.
Yeah. Octagon Jr. has recently signed a contract with WWE and will no longer be accepting independent bookings going forward. So we'll be seeing him shortly, I would assume. What the hell is this? Dominic says you're a liar. Oh. This is how I know you're not sober right now. Put the crack pipe down, Chief.
Talking to Cross. That's the reason I put it on there, because he's talking to Dominic, and I just love the fact that I don't know what the context was, but it was Cross.
I don't think this is actually Dominic Mysterio. Seems like a fan account.
That is real Killer Cross.
No, but I'm saying this seems like because I doubt Dominic would go online and say something like this.
I don't know, but that was on there, and he had reposted it.
I mean, maybe it is, but I something tells me not. Raquel Rodriguez says Liv Morgan is rehabbing 2 to 3 times a week, just like we said. But that is all we have on Discord, so that is all we have for this week, unless you have anything you want to add.
What if I do?
Well, then fucking say it, bitch.
I don't have anything else.
Alright, then shut the hell up.
We go through this every single time.
Yes. Because one of these weeks, you're going to make up some random bullshit at the end of the day.
I have sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, that does remind me. War Games. I didn't put it on there.
Oh, yeah.
I think I put it on SmackDown.
Okay.
Now I think about it. Guess what we're getting at War Games? We already talked about it.
Regret and sadness?
Maybe.
Probably. Guess what we're getting? At least the rumor.
I'm guessing the new bloodline.
Versus Roman again. Then he's going to come back, create a group, and take out the new bloodline again.
Anyway, guys, that's it for this week.
Jacob's going to join him. They're already saying Jacob and Jimmy are probably definitely, and they're probably the Jay too. So they're still going to need at least one more person.
Anyway, guys, that's enough for this week. If
You're not excited?
if you've made it this
You're not excited?
if you made it this far in the stream, go ahead and give us a follow so you can get notified next time we go live. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you want to chat with us, join us on Discord. If you wanna help support us, let's
see what the hell happened.
I'm not
the
excited.
same thing that happened last year. Anyway, if you want to support us, press that donate button. I'm Tilfari.
I'm C10.
I'm Knight Rider.
See ya.
Good night.